The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I that a part of I trusteth for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I, all the days of I life, me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God, Jah, get them away. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we are affectionately called the masters of the truth. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. We are very solidly behind the truth. That is why we keep saying we are not neutral, because we have taken sides, the side of the truth. We are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the whole family in all its entirety. That is why we literally do here. Yes, that is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, from all and sundry, from everybody in the society, and we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas by subjecting these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny. At the end of the day, the creme de la creme, we tease out and use that for the nourishment of our people, the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. And remember, this is the headquarters of the truth, the domicile of the truth, the habitat of the truth. Yes, the address of the truth. And here in the service of God and country. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. You can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter. Oh, yeah, we are also on Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok, where we keep ticking and talking with the hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power, unflinchingly, without fear or favor. That is why we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, this is the channel of truth. Hit on the subscription button. Yes, you may also hit on the subscription bell, what we call the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you would be reminded to watch us. Above all, recommend us to family and friends. Please share the broadcast. Today we have 3 very important issues to look at. And we told you on Friday that on Monday, the Attorney General will be speaking, that the Director of Communications at the Presidency will be giving you that big announcement, and it will be about Akpalu and also wound to me, and it came to pass, is the headquarters of the truth. We see while sitting down. They can sit on top of the highest mountain. They will not see what we see sitting down. It is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushounamo. And here we speak truth to power. Come along! Now, if you are ready for today's broadcast, I am more than just ready. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us one more time. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do that immediately and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. And if you're ready, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Mahama'S son, Sharaf, raises probe eyebrows. Now, John Dramani Mahama is officially known to have 5 children. The third one is called Sharaf Dramani Mahama. He is a very tall young man like his father, good looking, and above all, very enterprising. Now, he was born on the same day as Kwame Nkrumah, albeit different dates, obviously. He was born on the 21st of September in 1996. Some say it's 1997. But my brother, my sister, that was when he was born. 1996. Born on the same day as Kwame Nkrumah. In 1996, the young Sharaf Dramani Mahama went to school at Mother Care School, right here in Accra. From there, my brother, my sister, as you can see in the dossier, he went to school in London. Arden University, where he pursued business management courses. And then he also attended a summit at Harvard Law School, likely for a short program or event rather than a full degree. He spent a lot of his time in the United Kingdom and also in Europe. Having started schooling at Mother Care International School, right here in Accra, where he attended and pursued his primary education. Dash it away. This is Sharaf Dramani Mahama, the third born of his father. Now, my brother, my sister, Sharaf is this young man you see here. For some time now, many tongues have been wagging on social media. He's been so engrossed in the sporting arena, football, boxing, and it looks like he has a big purse. He is spending money, and he's bringing all the focus lights on him and his interests of football and boxing. Many have asked for a probe to find out where the young man is making his money from, especially that in these days, so many people are engaged in money laundering, stealing, and what have you. And the FBI has opened its eyes wide, looking into every nook and cranny inside Ghana. My brother, my sister, this is the third child of the President of the Republic of Ghana. And this guy is called Sharaf Dramani Mahama. Now, it all started when he invited a boxer, heavyweight boxer, all the way from the United Kingdom, AJ Anthony Joshua, a one-time heavyweight champion of the world, who many people saw to be jumping right into the shoes of the legendary Iron Mike Tyson. Somewhere along his boxing career, he fell short of becoming the legendary Mike Tyson when he lost a couple of times. He brought him all the way from the UK with his entourage, flew them in first class, my brother, my sister, right into this country. And when they arrived, he took them straight into the Mahama'S apartments, where he spent time with the legendary John Dramani Mahama and the family. He had a very good time. Why did he bring Anthony Joshua down to Ghana? Now, from the grapevine, he's looking up to doing a lot of boxing in Ghana. Anthony Joshua also has his boxing outfit, which he calls the 258. Anthony Joshua is also a man who is investing in the business of boxing. And for that matter, he decided to invite him into the country to a business dinner so that they would be able to do some boxing business in the future. But who is this guy called? Sharaf Dramani Mahama. Come here! Now, Sharaf, apart from the fact that he was born on the 21st of September in 1996 and spent most of his time in the UK, as you were told, including schooling, Sharaf has always been interested in sports. In fact, when he was in Europe, he played for a Belgian top club by name KV Mechelen. KV Mechelen, I beg your pardon. That is the team he played for in Belgium. The team achieved a lot. Then from there, we are also told that he got signed on by another top Belgian team. This one here called Overijs. Tempo Overijs. And I'm going to link something here very quickly. We have photographs of him training and playing. My brother, my sister, for these two wonderful teams that we have mentioned, this is Sharaf showing some football skills, running left, right, and center, playing for Mechelen and also for Tempo Overijs. Then at a point, he decided to do the business of sports. For whatever reason, I do not know why he decided to shelve his football career and latch on to the business of football and boxing. So in 2024, Sharaf Dramani Mahama decided to become a FIFA agent. And it happened. He got his license, and then he got the opportunity to start promoting football, to start chasing players, to start promoting football and boxing. And in this country, he started with the Bukom Arena. He organized a number of football matches right here in Ghana, and also boxing matches right there inside the Bukom Arena. Presently, as he stands, he's taking care of some boxers, like Abu Tilapia, a son of Bukom Banku. This is Bukom Tilapia, my brother, my sister. Then, on the 20th of December, a couple of days ago, there was the big event. It was fight day. The showdown, he called it. Riches versus Aziz. And Freezy McBones also stepped into the ring alongside this man here called Worldwide. And it was a cracker. It looked like it was even the main event. Sharaf spent a lot of money. It was a multi-million-dollar event held right there inside Legon. And many people came out in their numbers to watch this. Now, let me take you through this beautiful thing that happened there. I am not a fan of boxing anymore. I used to be. Because I have come to realize that it is nothing but a barbaric sport where people just jump into the ring, hurt each other, and medical people who are supposed to be saving lives stand there and watch them Then they jump into the ring hypocritically, trying to save lives that they intentionally sat back and watched break down each other. But that is my personal opinion. My brother, my sister, and I've never hidden it from anybody. Now the Legon Stadium there was the epicenter of the showdown. The place was jam-packed, overpacked, because such a big event was happening. And it was also live on some international cable networks and TV. And that demanded that a lot of staff, equipment, would have to be flown into the country in order to do this. It cost so much money. Come here. Now, all the boxers came with their entourage. They were flown in first class and given top-notch accommodation. They were signed big purses. They took hefty sums of money to come there and box. And to crown it all, the President of the Republic of Ghana was there. He was there. His brother, the billionaire, Ibrahim Mahama himself was there. And some other great dignitaries. My very good brethren, Shatawale, was also there to perform. And he did perform. My brother, the stadium was so packed, it went beyond its capacity. How much was charged at the gate? 50 Ghana cedis for popular stand, 250 Ghana cedis for VVIP. And a lot of tickets were sold. It was sold out. Before the 20th even came, it was all over in the media, published that it was a sold out event. And therefore, no tickets were going to go out for sale anymore. And my brother, my sister, the night of the show happened. Big time. Everybody was ready. It ended up nicely. Those who won, won, and those who lost, lost. But pundits of the game praised Sharaf so much that this was an event that put Ghana on the map of boxing. It brought the focus lights of sports, especially boxing, to the country Ghana. Azuma Nelson was so excited about it. Abedi Pele was excited about it. And he kept supporting Sharaf, Dramani Mahama, and encouraging him to go on. Right after that, the tongue started wagging. How old is this guy? 1996 born. How old is he? How much did he earn? Before his father even became president, at least this time around, he was still around on the ground, doing his boxing promotions, football promotions, putting all his passion in sports. Come here. We decided to go into how Sharaf makes his money. And this is what we have found. Look at the dossier. How did he pay for the showdown, the December 20 showdown event? Watch this. Now, the financing of the high-profile boxing event on December 20, 2025, titled The Showdown, was a multifaceted endeavor combining corporate sponsorships, international co-promotions, and personal financial backing from the Mahama family. Watch this. Corporate sponsorships and partners. Now, the event held at the University of Ghana Legon Sports Stadium featured an extensive list of corporate sponsors and partners who provided both direct funding and in-kind support. These included major sponsors. Now, the headline sponsors for the showdown included Trip Avala. Have you heard of them before? Riyadh Season, Tata Cement, let's say Jata Cement, Silicon House, I2 Development, and Sika. I'm sure some of these you are hearing for the first time. Other brands came in to support from well-known Ghanaian and international brands. They had support, such as Ash Foam, Burma Camp Pharmacy, Paradise Park Mineral Water, Champion Dishes, Gold Star Consult, Hydro White Event Center, Travel Matters, and Basement. And for media sponsorship and partnership, oh my God, the event was broadcast live on major platforms including DAZN, Supersport, TV3, and Wezo TV, which likely contributed through media rights and broad advertising exposure. How about the international co-promotions? This is the most important part of it. A significant portion of the event scale was made available through strategic partnership with global boxing powerhouses, Sharaf, Mahama'S, Legacy Rise Sports. And I need to draw your attention to this. The second team that he played for in Belgium was called Overrise. He probably decided to name his outfit Legacy Rise to resonate Overrise. Legacy Rise Sports co-promoted the 9th alongside listening to the others that co-supported. Matchroom Boxing, led by world-renowned promoter Eddie Hearn. Matchroom's involvement marked his first ever boxing card on African soil. And we all know Matchroom Boxing is huge. Sharaf was able to get Matchroom Boxing, led by world-renowned promoter Eddie Hearn. And then, remember when he invited Anthony Joshua into the country? 258 Management. The management firm owned by British-Nigerian boxing star Anthony Joshua was also a key partner in organizing and promoting the event. And then, finally, personal and family financial support. Jata Cement supported, as you saw earlier, Jata Cement. And Jata Cement is owned by his uncle, who has his personal money. It doesn't matter which president or party is in power. Ibrahim Mahama has never moved from a billionaire to a millionaire. He's either a billionaire or a trillionaire or quadrillionaire. He never descends. So, prominent figures including boxer Bukom Banku have publicly stated that the event was financed using pocket money from Sharaf's father, President John Dramani Mahama, and some family sources. My brother, my sister. But above all, no state funds were used. Sharaf Mahama himself has a foundation. And this foundation goes around doing a lot of philanthropy. All in all, my brother, my sister, it was both a local and international collaboration. Now, dash it away. From 1996 to 2006, that is 10 years. 2016, 20 years. 2026, that makes it 30 years, right? And this is 2025, so it's 29. Not 31, not 24. 29. My brother, my sister, he's been able to gather all the resources together, get all the international and local people together in order to stand firm and promote this. Again, I am not a fan of boxing. I did not attend. I would never have attended. Even if I was invited, I would never have attended because it's a philosophy. I don't encourage violence. For me, boxing is a violent event. What came out of this event? Now, many other event organizers are looking forward to collaborating with a 29-year-old Sharaf Mahama'S so that many more such events can take place. How much did he spend on this? It has not come out publicly, but we know that it is a multi-million endeavor. How much did he make from the gate alone? How about the other sponsors who came in? How much money did Sharaf make? How is this going to promote Ghana? Will more sporting events take place? Will more philanthropy take place? Now the big question is this. I understand why the probe eyebrows are rising, because he's a son of a politician, one. Two, the son of a president. In the past, we heard about some president's children who were doing some painting in town and all that, supplying ties and vehicles and swindling the nation, stealing from the nation, and it became a big issue. So anytime we see a politically exposed person show money like that, beneficial as it might be for the nation, we want to find out where the money is from. And I think it's a very good thing. Sharaf has been on the campaign platform with his father. He's gone around campaigning with his father, wearing NDC t-shirts, talking to crowds, all the way from the BA through the northern region to Accra. The 29-year-old, my brother, my sister, keeps talking to different crowds and even getting the youth to come together under his own umbrella, the Sharaf Foundation, to campaign for his father to return to power. And it happened. After all this, do you still think that some state funds were used in this? Or do you think that the young man has pushed himself and stretched himself thin to the end in order to do this? Do you think it is something worth applauding? Or do you think it's a waste of resources? What do you think? But it looks like those who went for the show have praised it so much, and they can't wait to see the next bouts and the next games that Sharaf may be putting up again. In the interim, all the other children of politicians, especially the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo regime, when we heard about his daughters involved in some shady deals, how far with those issues? What happened to Elembele Mugabe's son, who we were told was also engaged in some land grabbing issues and much more? All those sons and daughters of politicians, how far have the investigations gone? It looks like it's more applaudable to me. It's worthy of applauding that a son of the president would go the hard way like this to promote soccer and sports in general. Though, again, I don't believe in boxing, but it's not about me. Does this support the society? Is this worth emulating? Is it worth encouraging? How was he able to get all the businesses to align? Is it the power of incumbency? If his father is no more the president, would these companies and even more be interested in coming in? Certainly, yes, if he does the work well. It doesn't matter who is in power. You might have a little bit of edge. But even if the person is out of power, your track record would speak for itself. For people in Bukom, there's a new name for the Messiah. And the new name is Sharaf Dramani Mahama. We all remember when Bawu Bali finished boxing and boof. The next thing we heard, he was dead. And then I saw videos of his being laid in state. They put gloves on him and his boxing top, sat down, and people were moving around him. For me, it was more of a mockery. Have you seen those videos? We can't dare play those videos. Boxing must be banned, in my opinion. If it cannot be banned, then it must be made safer. People cannot go and box eating only banku. You can't eat banku and go and box. You can't eat kenke and go and box. People must be screened before, during, and after boxing, at least to keep it a little safe. And I think that is what this Sharaf guy is doing right now. Look at the number of professionals who came into the country. Did this event create jobs? How much did it destroy? We bring all these things together and then we tell ourselves, okay, balance the two. Health-wise, safety-wise. How much did it bring in? How much did it take away? Then we can make a very, very well informed decision. For Sharaf, I want to encourage you to do more of the positive sports. Everybody loves football. Thank you for bringing some more light, more energy into the sports that you have always loved and passionate after. Thank you for not getting involved in bus branding, painting of walls, supplying of vehicles, shady deals that will later get you trapped up and locked up when your father is out of power. Whatever you do now, remember to follow your father's philosophy. Ghanaians will get to know and judge us by what we have done. When you have that in mind, there's no way you would ever go off. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, and here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya, hey yo, wayo.
Blakk Pot, Kuku Shonemo.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, if you have not as yet subscribed to this channel, please hit on the subscription button. It takes only 1 second, and then hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to watch. Our numbers are also screening on the screen. Yes, scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Okay? We are most excited to be with you. Come here. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, and we are ready. Story number 2. Watch this. All about why John Kumah'S widow remarried quick. She was born Lillian Owusu, and she decided to go into serious Christianity. She was raised by two very important men of God who became very prominent. Then as she was growing, she was mentored by many more men of God. She used to have a little space where she built her church after she was encouraged to move all the way from Takwa, where she was. And when she arrived in Accra, she started humbly. This is Lillian Owusu, who later got married to a man called John Kumah and dropped her name and became Lillian Kumah. I've had the opportunity to meet this woman in my days of searching for the truth in the world of the spirit. I met her. She was alone in the church. I walked into the church and I sat down with her one-on-one. I had gone jogging. And then I saw that the gates were open, so I went in there. She was alone in the church. And I sat down with her and spoke with her so much. When I spoke with her and asked so many questions, she told me, you know what? I can introduce you to my spiritual father so that he can also continue from where I stopped. And I asked who? She didn't mince words. She said, Reverend Sunshine Anaba. Reverend Sunshine Anaba. This is Reverend Sunshine Anaba. A son, a spiritual son of Reverend Eastwood Anaba. So I met with Sunshine Anaba as well, and we spoke so much. That was how I met Lillian Kumah. Very humble woman. She spoke to me nicely, and she was very fluent in her speech. I liked how she spoke to me. Then later, I got to know that she was married to a very powerful politician. When their party came into power, he became the deputy finance minister. He was also an MP for Ejuso, John Kumah. Oh yes. And her church started to grow from when this young man started to climb on the ladder. Several times, I saw him arguing with people on Facebook vehemently. Party issues. They moved from a humble beginning all the way to the top. Her church, the Disciples of Christ, is a very huge church now, sitting on the Wager Junction. It used to be a little tiny block when I met her. My brother, my sister, this is Lillian Kumah. In very good times, it was all smiles. But all of a sudden, the smiles faded out and tears took over. Frowns and moans of pain took over. Her husband had died. And there in that photo, you saw her crying her heart out. Her husband was still the deputy finance minister. It was all over in the news that one John Kumah had died. Some of the prophets came out and said they had prophesied the death of this man, John Kumah. In fact, at the zenith of his career as a politician, he was cut short and he died. We were told from some kidney disease or something like that. He died and she became a widow. She became a widow. While she was still mourning, some prophets were talking about what killed the husband. There are some prophets in the country and men of God, self-styled, who, my brother, my sister, do not show any love when people lose their family members. They are so insensitive to whatever goes on around that time. And she vehemently had to leave her morning room to grant interviews on radio. And she was angry. You could see she was angry. And some of us came out and condemned her posture and told her, you know what? Relax. Even at the time, she was talking about how some of the self-styled men of God wanted to have a bite of her cherry. And you must understand what that means. For us, we thought it was too early for her to come out so vehemently. But people mourn differently. Then a couple of days ago, bam! It happened. She got married. After 1 year, 8 months of her husband's death, and tongue started wagging, back, all over the place. Why would she marry so early? Why? She should have waited. That was what many people said. This thank you message came out. And you can see that Lillian has put on some weight. Not many people take mental health in the country serious. Some people have postpartum stress after they've given birth. Some people, when they lose loved ones, they go into a certain kind of depression. Unfortunately, our system does not look at this. My brother, my sister, this was the photo that came out. She dropped her name, Lillian Owusu, and became Lillian Kumah when she married John Kumah. Now, she has dropped John Kumah's name like a hot cake and picked up the name of the new man. So she's now called Apostle Lillian Ayikwe. And they seem to be having a good time. But Ghanaians are so good with their prying eyes and maybe prying ears. What really happened to this beautiful woman called Lillian Kumah? One of the first people to talk to me about Christianity in the field that I approached her for. What happened to her? She went to a church in all white, celebrating their holy matrimony in church. And she told us how she met her new husband. Everyone was happy for her. Celebration all over the place. Listen to Lillian Kumah herself. And this tape is only about 2 minutes. Watch this.
Nyankopon adaroma eja ono a utwi ekwe mo ya otimi tuntos ba kutwinim ema ne ju kakra ema when you are crying, sometimes he brings you something to wipe your tears. And I think over the years, if you have known me, you have known that I believe in forward ever, backwards never. And by the grace of God, I pray to God that for me, I can't go out, I can't stay anywhere. I've made up my mind, and that I'll move forward at all costs. I will not allow pain to cage me. I have a lot to do. And it is something that we are not practicing today that we are practicing. This is the culture of the family. That no matter what comes, we look at the lighter side, the positive side, and we move forward. And by the grace of God, in my prayers and my request, God carried a man to the house of God, to the office. Yes, it's not a replacement. Obia kasi here replacement. The onyaminim Jenny bia obedru bia ni the nyame de be ma ama wadru. And I thank God, God has given me a very humble young man, visionary, courageous. Amen. And adia ba kwa obi beka say, Emma make a yes na maniji ho ne say. Emma mani bi ni akukuduro. Me adia ye me fe. I am yensape. Amen. I like only 3 things about men. My man must be bold. My man must be hardworking. My man must be visionary. And he has all and even more. So I said yes, and today see where the Lord has brought us. And I told you,
may kiss the bride.
You can't even hold my hand in public except, and by the grace of God,
you may kiss the bride.
Very interesting. Mr. and Mrs. Ayikwe. Now Lillian said something that touched me. She said, this is not a replacement. I am not looking for a replacement. I am looking for a journey's mate. What brilliance. Hey! She understands that many people are going to come out and say, oh, but your ex-husband was better than this one. Your ex-husband was richer than this one. Oh, even this one is younger than your ex. Things like that. She said, I am not looking for a replacement. I am looking for who God will give me in my journey. My journey's mate. And she said she was waiting for 3 things in any suitor. She found those in John Kumah. And she found same in this man. Boldness. You must be a visionary. And at the same time, she said that you must be somebody who is resilient. They are saying thank you to all of us. Certainly the man is younger than Lillian. But is that what matters? Certainly, this man is ambitious, as she said. Resiliently ambitious. And we're going to decode that in a bit. Mr. and Mrs. Ayikwe are saying thank you to everyone. As you see here, what did the man himself say in church? What did he say? How did they meet? And what did he see in Lillian that made him fall for her? And Lillian said some other thing which almost escaped a lot of people. She said she's a woman who cannot go out there. In the Ghanaian parlance, she can't go out sleeping around. She has to stay home and make sure that she has one who will warm her bed legally at home. That's what it means. And she got one. Listen to the man. What happened? How did they meet? Watch this.
We are seeing a lot on social media. It doesn't bother any of us. The words of God alone is what we look for. Obia ne said Yoshia do. Na me wa akwentum na me wo. That was September. And Apostle Ak, Prophet Ak, oni abeye program waha. A friend me. I already have contact with him. And a friend me say, sorry wa Ghana nyina ka mo ha bomu so moti program be a friend no. Ghana America Youth Development in Business. our money America for a boom. But looking at it, they decided to appoint me as the president of the organization, member Ghana. So I have to rush and come back to Ghana. Now, your meetings at so. Now, some of your Crawford or America, they have to come on a visit. It's never say a program. A program near you know, apostle can say, prophet can say, or ne, madam, ewo, my wife, ewo.
I like it.
Ewo meeting. So Obed decided, say we move the meeting we have to do to Onone office. Now, honestly, you drew office, so I think around 14th of September. You drew office, you know. Now, honestly, the air canning, my mind was not there.
He was outside the country. Churches came together in Ghana for a certain America-Ghana youth program. And he was invited to come down because they chose him as the president. And it was there he met his wife-to-be in church. He said, whatever was happening at the meeting, he didn't hear anything because he was focusing on this woman. And when you listen to the tape, he said he spoke to one of his assistants about this woman, and he was told that it would not work. Leave this, it won't work. But he pursued. Long story cut short, they are husband and wife today. And you can still tell in the body chemistry and the body language that he still has a lot of respect for this woman beyond just husband and wife. He still calls her Madam. Madam. Then he gets back into his groove and says, my wife. He's still living in a dream. They met only 3 months ago. September 14, according to him. That was when he saw her and started to talk to her. After talking, boom. By December 14, they were already preparing to get married. And boom, they got married 3 months. September, October, November, December, 3. They are married. And Lillian says she's happy about this. The young man says he's happy. But who is this young man? Come here. Now the young man here, my brother, my sister, Lillian told you already that he is very ambitious. There was a time he stood for MPship in Aguna East on the ticket of the LPG. Kofi Akpaloo. Yes. The LPG. My brother, my sister. Aguna East. Samuel Pa Kwesi Ayikwe, aka Baron. And he says, your network is your net worth. So know where you connect. If the network is not stable, change it to another before you lose your net worth. Honorable Samuel Pa Kwesi Ayikwe. Of course, he was no honorable at the time, but he saw himself as one. Did he take inspiration from John Kumah? Listen attentively. Did he take inspiration from John Kumah? I will tell you yes. When John Kumah died, you know what he posted? Do you know? He posted something. And because the internet never forgets, it's here. The 7th of March, 2024, the same day John Kumah died. He said, rest well, colleague, young politician, lawyer John Kumah. Very painful exit. And this was 7th March, 2024. The day he died. What can you see there? Young politician, that's one. Two, lawyer, two. Let's look at these two very important things. Dash it away. Now bring his dossier. Let's look at the dossier of this young man. What exactly he has achieved. Watch this. This is a summary of Samuel Ayikwe's roles. He's an entrepreneur, a managing director of BSW Company Limited. He's a philanthropist, just like John Kumah of the SAYE Foundation. He's a diplomat. That's the Secretary General at the Diplomatic Envoy Model, United Nations. And he is what? A legal practitioner, certified master in alternative dispute resolution, ADR, legal practitioner in the field of law, like John Kumah. Can you see it? So he is a man who idolized John Kumah. He wanted to be an MP like John Kumah, the politician that he is. John Kumah was a lawyer, legal practitioner. My brother, my sister, maybe he's also nursing the ambition of becoming a finance minister, a deputy finance minister. What does that tell you? It tells you that people have their ambitions and people have their yardsticks. People are attracted to different people for different reasons. Somebody's attracted to you because of the way you sing. Somebody's attracted to you because of your ambition. Somebody is attracted to you because of your brilliance. And we have names for all these kinds of admirations. Could this be the case with a young man? Is it all about John Kumah? Or there's another reason? My brother, my sister, this is where we come to the real story. Come here! Why did Lillian Kumah decide to marry early? And this is quite sensitive, but somebody needs to say it. Lillian Kumah never announced her wedding to people who many people thought should have been told. She had great mentors and spiritual fathers like Reverend Sunshine Anaba. And you saw his photograph earlier. Bring his photo, please. Reverend Sunshine Anaba. He is a spiritual son of the great Eastwood Anaba. He was not told. Information around him. He only mentioned to him, there's a man who is showing interest in me, but I will make sure that I bring this man to you so that you will get to know him. And I am told that Reverend said is very important. Let's pray so that God will direct us properly. 2 weeks later, he heard that she was getting married. That's that same day. Reverend Sunshine Anaba. That is his spiritual son. Reverend Eastwood Anaba's spiritual son, Sunshine Anaba. Now there's another man called Reverend Benzotu of the Assemblies of God Church. He's also a spiritual father of Lillian. And information reaching me has said that he wasn't also told of the wedding, but he was told that, oh, a man had come and he will be bringing the man to come and see this man so that they will pray about it as well. Because she's a woman of prayer. And she has preached in this man's branch of Assemblies of God several times. My brother, my sister. Reverend Sunshine Anaba is responsible for Lillian leaving Takwa and coming to build a church in Accra. And we have heard this story over and over. Why did she not inform them of the wedding day? Did she fear? Probably. They will say, oh, let's give some more time so we can pray about it. She was convinced in her mind that, listen, I don't want any distractions. Let me just move on, marry the man that I have found and I love. After all, prayer can be said anytime. Could it be the reason? But the two men of God are so happy for her and they continue praying for her. When I reached out to them, they say, oh yes, we are happy. And we'll keep praying and make sure that she will be happy one more time. Did the family of John Kumah know about this marriage? I'm trying as much as possible to choose my words. But after John Kumah passed on, information reaching me has said that whatever was to be shared was shared. Lillian had her part, maybe a couple of houses, and some other things. But information from the vineyard also says that the family once in a while would keep calling Lillian to find out, how are you doing? Where are you? And she felt that they were reminding her too much of her loss. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes it's almost like a worry. Now, and they had 6 children, you know. Have they eaten? The other one, no. Is he still going to the same school? That kind of thing. There are some people who would see that as a bother. Could it be a reason she quickly decided to move on? Because in her own words, she was in a cage of pain. And she couldn't continue to be in that cage of pain. Did the family know she was getting married? Was any member of the family represented there? Was it necessary at all? Did the family make it easy for her to move on? Or they probably felt that what she had with their son, they still had to continue taking care of her in quotes. I'm choosing my words very carefully. Wherever it is, Lillian is happily married. All other things will fall in place. Those who were not told will now be told with an apology. Sorry, we had to do it quickly because my husband had to move. It was an emergency, like people do when they travel outside the country. At the end of the day, the marriage is done. She says she is happy. They met 3 months. And they are married. The prayer is that this marriage stands. The prayer is that she has broken that cage of pain. And that we will not get to hear of any other pain. Even if there's any other pain, then it must be temporary. I didn't say temporal. I said temporary. Find out what the difference is. My brother, my sister, congratulations to John Kumah. Islam says that when a man or a woman loses his partner, they must quickly move on. The wealth for your husband or your wife is finished. Go ahead, get married quickly, and be happy again. After all, marriage is a blessing. That is what Islam says. I don't agree with the people who say, oh, it's too quick. No, 1 year, 8 months is too quick. even if it was a year. Traditionally, they keep you staying for a year to find out if you were probably pregnant for the dead man before he passed on. Maybe the last intercourse you had resulted in a pregnancy. That is why traditionally we ask the woman to sit at home. In Hausa we say takaba. Dagbani takaba. Arabic takaba. In Akan they say kuna. Kuna. Ubedikuna. Unobedikuna. Right? My brother, my sister, for 1 year, after 1 year, you are free. They don't see any sign of pregnancy. Okay, you can now go. We bless you. And the whole family would gather when you have another man or another woman to celebrate your journey. But in this case, my brother, my sister, many are saying it's too early. You don't know the pain the woman was going through. You don't know the pressure she was going through. It's not everything we can bring out. Remember, we criticize to build, not to destroy. Whatever will destroy, we dash it away. What will build, we bring it up. It's a Blakk Pot, and congratulations to Apostle Lillian Kumah. I'm going to be visiting you very soon at the Christ Disciples Church. The Disciples of Christ Church. We love you. It's a Blakk Pot. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!
Blakk Pot. Kuku show them.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show. And here we speak total power. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please remember to hit on the subscription button so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Remember to hit on the notification button as well. This is the Blakk Pot. And if you have a story you want us to follow up on, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Maybe you have some business you want us to do together. Hey, we are so good at that. This is the fastest growing Pan-African network on the whole continent of Africa. Come here. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show. And here we speak truth to power. Now let's see your comments, and make sure your comments come via Facebook. They could also come via YouTube. And we are ready to read them. Okay? Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says fire, yeah. Jason Strat says fire, yeah. Sean Street Storm says move of fire. Roland Lawson says greetings, Mr. Blakk Rasta. Sean Street Storm says Blakk, how was your weekend? It was great. Pandipa Mark says good evening, Blakk Rasta. Trust your weekend was good. Yes, it was awesome. Yeah. It was nice. We had a performance at the Manchester Palace. Yeah, man, it was beautiful, man. We liked it. Hopefully next time more people will be able to come and full enjoy themselves in quality music, you know. Yeah, man. And yeah, it's been good. It's been nice. Yeah. And Abubakar J. Osman says the sweetest black pot is on fire. Can't wait to taste from it once again. Enoch Rich says, I am hungry. Oh. Azima Longbilla says hot pot. Avilugu Wisdom says Blakk, your respect is big and large. Yours is big and large as well. Joe DK Quiz says, if you want the truth, please come here. All the way from Hamburg. I am here because of the truth. Salute of patriotism. Kamaldin Imoro says, why? Speaking truth to power always. For real. Kamshina Zaid. How are you doing, Kamshina? Says, Blakk Rasta more fire. My greetings to the spiritual president, Nana Obidiaba Accra. Ronald Lawson, I am stuck in the headquarters of the truth. King Saint Ford says, Black Port Talk Show. Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says, hey, 1996, wow, he has achieved a lot already. This guy is blessed. I am highly inspired. Woo! So already, he's inspiring a lot of people. That's solid, that's positive. At least by our laws, all he's doing, legal, nothing illegal. Franklin Safu says, good evening, boss. He is into your favorite sports, boxing. Are you sure? That's not my favorite. But let's be honest, he's doing very well. We have to encourage him. If most wealthy and well-connected people's children take up one sport, we will grow as a country, my humble opinion. Oh, Franklin, please, anytime you're in Accra, let me know so I can buy you some vegetarian dinner. Osei Prempeh II said, Blakk Rasta, stop entertaining the FBI in Ghana. They should ask their greedy old citizens how they were defrauded. Apart from greed on one side, can anyone defraud you? Abu will win this case simple. As for the FBI, we will continue to encourage them to come so that we can have a beautiful relationship. We can also go for our thieves. If you don't want to encourage them, you know what is going to happen? Then you don't want to do international business. You can't trade with other nations. PayPal and money transfer using the wires, no. Because a lot of businesses we do here, you have to transfer and receive. If they block you because you are not allowing them to take their thieves, we are in trouble. Nanado's time, look at what happened. It was a big problem. Transferring money and getting money. Problem. So please, if Abu Trika is innocent, may he come. If he is guilty, may he suffer for what he did to people. And you say that is greed. My brother, they say it's romance scam. Romance. You tell somebody that you love them. Oh, I want to marry you. Oh, you are beautiful. Say, oh, really? Oh, nice. Oh, send me this so that I can buy some gold they will smell to make a ring for our wedding, and then we'll buy another one diamond for the ring, and then we'll arrange for this, and then your flight and all that, and they send the money. Where is the greed in that? Where is the greed in that? Anyway, Azima Longbilla says the Truth House. Yes, the House of Truth. Ivy Lee says, good afternoon, family. Azima Lungbela says the truth house, long life. Conscious Agbemenu hours to say share. Theophilus Gold says, good evening, Blakk. Trust you are good. It seems this president and family are God-given. I admire them so much. Arrogance is not in their steps at all. Why? Okay? Asima comes back to say, good evening. I called here the hot spot. Herman Elinam says, thanks meeting you today, my brother. I'm very, very happy. Blakk Empire Media, may God richly bless you and bless your hustle. This is Herman Elinam. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Okay? Oguyemi Prince says, Blakk Rasta Kuchoko Soldier. Kudos to you. David Pamford said 17,000 rather. All right. So, okay. Hey, I was just thinking. Okay. So he's talking about the stadium. The capacity is 17,000 maximum. Between 12,000 and 17,000. Not 170. Onyo. It's 17,000, not 170. Escaped me a little. David Pamford, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Oguyemi Prince says, good evening, class. It's time for lectures. Please have your seat. Okay. Thank you so much. And then Shawal Nassau, 1996, 24 years. No, 29 years. Nana Ogunpower says, Blakk Rasta, more fire. I believe he's actually 31 years. I believe. Wow, I like that. 31. Nah, that's 29. Right? Yeah, from 96. If it's 96, then it is 29. If it's 97, then it's 28. Correct? Abdul Rauf Osmanu says, Blakk Rasta, more fire. Kwabenizel says, Kwabenizel Manizel says, hey, Blakk Rasta, you are a hypocrite. I am unfollowing you. You are the blah, 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 blah. Oh. If you want to unfollow, you can just unfollow quietly. Where is the hypocrite here? Get your whole family to unfollow if you think that you are not getting what you're supposed to get. It's not about me. You understand? You don't have to come and make noises. Just leave quietly. You understand? I wish you would tell me what the hypocrisy is. You know? Anyway, Abdul Rauf Osmanu says, heat, more heat. Okay? Betty Sayeng says, tell them. Steve Kweku says, why always Kennedy, not Baumia? I will bring out your bad deeds when you were working with Good News FM in Takrade if you don't stop Kennedy. I am happy to hear those bad things. Bring as much as you can. I am not an angel, but I can tell you that you won't find one bad thing. The only bad thing you might find is that I was too truthful. That's all. I am a fan of you, but now gradually losing interest in you about your bias towards Honorable Kennedy Japan. But get out of here. Get out of here. Look at him. Some of these people, they are funny. Go and do whatever you want. Who is Kennedy Japan? I love him. This is my brethren. He said something that was bad, and I came out against him. People like you can't, what can you do? You are biased towards Kennedy Japan. That's your choice. We all have our choices. So if that's what you want to do, so get out of here. I'm fan of you as if that is supposed to make me, I don't know, like it's a favor. No. You know what you are getting from whoever you claim is, a mentor or you are a fan of. You don't get up and take anybody at all as a mentor. You don't become a fan of just anybody. You know what you're getting from it. You understand that? So, my brethren, get out of it. We are not going to block you, but please, this is a decent platform. Be decent. You haven't insulted anybody, so we are not going to. But if you are expecting that we will not speak the truth, then you won't get us. It's all about the truth. Kennedy promised me a big package on Wednesday, and on Monday we're here firing him. If I was the hypocrite that many people are, I just keep quiet. Go and take that package. But I told him I won't even answer his calls. I won't take anything from him till he apologizes. That's all. So he says that I am biased towards who can, and I'm supporting who? Baumia or Brian or who? You see, they don't really have a point. Anyway, Francis Elikem Kojoti says, please do it fast. We don't need people like you here. Well, he's talking to those guys. They should hurry up and go. You know. Theophilus Gold says, enemies have bowed down their heads in shame. Jason Strass says 29. Yes, Malik Mumin says 29. That's correct. Alasan Imoro says, more fire. I love your show. You are always on point. My brother, keep it up. One man says, you are always on point. I love your show. Hey, this man, I love you. Another man says, you are a hypocrite. Eh? You are a hypocrite. Because they were expecting to come here and hear things and they are not hearing. So they are disappointed. They like where there is giddy, 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 giddy. And if there's no giddy, giddy and there's common sense, they want to find a way out. Anyway. And then PSFM says, hey, Tawfiq Alasan says, Mr. Envyman, how are you doing today? I'm very much okay. So, what you have to understand is, I hear some people say, and he's envious of Shatta. About what? If I wanted to have the material things that some of these people have, you know it's easy for me. If it's a lie, tell me it's a lie. I just gave you an example. Kennedy says, Charlie, Wednesday, you ain't share. Then I'll let you have this because you are doing a certain project, Kuchoko in the ghetto. In fact, I don't want to mention the figure that he did, but maybe one day I'll mention. And Monday, we were here firing because he had said something. I don't want to take that kind of money. And those of you who say envy, I know who you are. They do that for them, for their whatever, to feel that they are supporting them and all that. But listen, before you realize it's not envy, you might become a drug addict. You might be locked up because of Sakawa. And there, when you are there in that cold, dark place, you remember that, yeah, Blakk RASTA spoke to us. So some of us were born rich. Check the background. I come from a rich home. Rich. Rich. So envy has never been part of me. I chose this kind of life. It's like somebody saying Buddha is envious of somebody. Buddha was born into the royal home. There was everything. And he decided that no, he would have to go out there and feel the heat and feel how other people felt. It's just like Muslims fasting. One of the reasons Muslims fast is that they want to feel the pain of hunger. So that when another man says he's hungry, they know exactly how to deal with that person. And they know exactly how that person feels. When you watch Coming to America, it's the same Buddha story. A man so rich, but he's tired of the riches and he decides that, let me go through some hardship. Maybe I'm the modern day Coming to America hero because I was born into a rich family. Check the background. Rich. I had everything as a child growing up. I never lacked anything. I went to some of the best schools, but I chose this life after some time of sitting down and saying, hey, nah. Are you not proud of a man who doesn't take bribe? A man who doesn't tell you to go and do Sakawa? Are you not proud of a man who will tell you be straight? Have you ever heard any such thing from my mouth that be crooked? Then you say the man is envious. The things they are doing, and they have what you think other people will be envious of. We could have done that as well, and it's so easy. You get it? So I forgive you. You understand? Tawfiq Alasan says, Pumeme artists. Hey, go and check out the music. But you see, remember, it's not a music war. It is a war of ideas, philosophy, and morality. Go check out the music. It's just that in our country, a lot of people don't speak the truth. We are like a nation of sheep. Sheep. Once 10 people say, oh, this thing is good. Yeah, it's good, it's good. When they say, oh, wait, oh, yeah. 5 people say, wait, oh, yeah. A million more people say, oh, yeah. Meanwhile, they don't know. They've never even checked the person. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. So, you little boys, I rather sympathize with you. Right now, I am 51. Maybe some of you are 18, 19. You have a long way to go. You will taste a lot of poverty and sickness if you don't divert and become a little. We were careful when we were coming up. A lot of my friends I grew up with, some have died and they are in cold graves. Some have been locked up in prison. Some have diseases that are incurable. And some are in situations we can't even talk about. This is what I'm talking to you. And if you think you follow somebody and say, at me, I'm tough. And you know, people have started with, I've all fallen off. But because I am tough, I have stood it. I've stood the test. Can't you see toughness? You know when we started? Let's deal with what? Our Pan-Africanism and all that. We can face anybody. And they know. Emmanuel Ania says, welcome. And then Raptanda says, welcome, legendary. Charlotte Agbeka is smiling. And then Chris Ohini Asante says, greetings, Blakk. Rasta, the legend. Maximum respect. Emmanuel Ania comes back to say, Blakk, your outfit is on fire. Beloved. Latte Obed says, good evening. How are you doing? Well, by grace. I really thank God for your long life. You have been missed during the weekend. May God continue to bless you. Sweet Papito says, Amara Barasta Sabele. Speak truth to power. Today be today. You think say you day wise. Hey, come here. Woyo. All right. Charlotte Agbeka says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, I hope you will still come on live ahead of the whole. Oh, yeah. We don't have a break. We keep firing. We don't break. Oh. Latte Obed says, please share the link to bless others. Latte Obed continues to say, share the link to bless others. Larry Moses says, watching you live in Dusseldorf, Germany. Professor Blakk, may the God of heavens continue to bless you and your crew. Merry Christmas to you in advance. And then Latte Obed says, share. Tofik Alasan says, pain, poverty, enviness, and tears shall follow you all the days of your life, the headquarters of foolishness. Tofik Alasan. Under normal circumstances, I would not have read this, but I decided to read it. Pain. Are you sure? Poverty. If you see a poor man, you can't see. Meanwhile, if you follow this guy to his house, you'll be shocked that he's calling somebody poor. You know what poverty is? Somebody who teaches in American universities is poor. Have you heard that? Somebody who works with a radio station and takes a hefty salary is poor. Somebody who lives in his own house is poor. Hey, then I love this kind of poverty. They think that they are supporting somebody. But my brother, when we started, we faced all these kind of trash and defeated everybody. Some of the people that you claim you are supporting, we mentored them. So they know us. So you guys are nkiti. Say pain, Tofik Alasa, poverty, enviness, and tears. Ha! You know who a poor man is? There's only one man who sits on social media and claims everybody is poor. He's the only rich man. That kind of riches, we don't want it. And baby. And again, we can face you boot for boot. Because And we know how to do it. You understand? So we're going to block you nicely so that when you learn common sense, we will accept you back another time. Yeah? Latte Obed said, watching you live from Dunkwa on a thing. All right? So Tofik, bye-bye, adios. Take it elsewhere. You know that this is where we speak the truth. And some of these boys, they will learn later, unfortunately. And then when they learn later, they are like, oh, Charlie. Charlie. You know, they want to be able to come back, but it might be too late for them. In our country, they will fight you until they kill you. When you are dead, then they come back and make you a martyr. You know who a martyr is, right? So this one, under normal circumstances, I will not read it. I'll just let it pass. But I want to put you in your place. That's why some of those guys on those platforms, they give it to you. They call your mother, they call your father, they call your everything, and all. But you can't get us to do that. It's a very decent platform. And again, it's not a music war. It's not about who is a better musician than the other. It's not about who has more fans than the other. It's about morality. It's about our nation. And if you can't think like that, then you don't deserve to be on this platform. If you can't see that there are some people who are destroying the nation, and you think that you can kind of say something and we'll take you serious. No, we'll just remove you quietly. Quietly. And you are gone. We don't fear insults. No. Me, I don't fear insults. You understand that? We don't. But we will not accept it here. If you want to insult, go to other places, not here. All right? Ofori says, Blakk, tell us the secret. You are always in a good mood. You are not part of Ghana. Well, we keep ourselves thinking positively. You see, when you go to equity, you go with clean hands. So we don't really, and when you think about material things, that is when you get sad. Oh, so you are crying. I don't have this. I don't have that. No, we don't think like that. We think about how many people we help. We think about how many people we've been able to uplift. And that's what gives us joy. Not how much I've saved in my bank account. Nah. How much I've been able to invest in people. How many people I have raised. That's what gives me joy. When I'm waking up every morning by the best, then I know I have life. Who can I help today? Who can I uplift today? That is it. You understand? All right. So we have was Ashanate says time to listen to wisdom from the mountains. Thank you, Mr. Teacher. While some people say it's wisdom, some other people say it's foolishness. Or a doubt. We see or a doubt. You understand? Okay, Pious Mau says Blakk Rasta, how far with Nana Dromo's issue? Nana Dromo. Okay. I think we answered it last week. We followed up. We are not getting any response. So we are preparing. Yeah? Brand me. GH says, Apostle Blakk Rasta, keep preaching the gospel, more fire. Tijani Mohammed says, we speak truth to power. Welcome you all to the headquarters of the truth. We speak nothing but the truth, and the fire can't cool. More fire. Blakk pot. Kukushu. No more. Okay? Rap Thunder says, legendary. You are dope. I used the weekend to listen to your songs, and I really enjoyed those ones, especially the Salaga Soldier album. I am always getting addicted to you each and every day. Thanks for the good thought. You see, that's one thing about some of these things. When people criticize you, it makes other people, those with the, they want to go and find out, is it true? In my days, that's how it was. And that's what it's supposed to be. When they say, thief, 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 you want to, is it true? What has he done? You don't go and start beating. July, then break the neck, say, the July pass here. You've killed somebody for nothing. Be sensible. Ask, what did he steal? he stole a goat. Hey, una we are punching no. There be me we are she. Before you realize, your common sense is working. But in our country, sadly, we are a nation of sheep. Follow. Hey, I tried it once and I experimented it and it worked. I said, hey, then we are in danger. Unlike some other countries who would want to find out and understand what it is. As for us, no. Let 10 people come out and say, hey, we, or your chromophobia. 100 more people saw your chromophobia, yet they don't know anything about this person. Am I wrong? I'm correct? Oh, radio presenter way or Didini part-time way. These people. Dabi. Like there was a time everybody in a class said Black Rasta on weed. Because somebody said I sat with him and I was smoking weed. And it spread. Oh wait, or num we say or tree we cry on unwa then call. When da. Or say man wan kameka. No way. That will be some man wan kameka. And so you are not sensible. You can't become an intellectual thinking like this. The youth must move from that level of follow. Be convinced that what you are following is worth it. You understand? Yeah. Music is more like a hobby to me. I was grown an intellectual. You understand? That's why I go to America and teach universities and come back. So some people, they watch me and say, hey, Charlie, Okabrofo power, being power. And then Obe who said Black Rasta Okabrofo. Me Kabrofo ene. Kabrofo ema me correct or more. Ende. And Kabrofo ye nyansa and abrofo nyina ye nyansa. Yeah, nyansa for. Look at the level of thinking. Anyway, so Tijani, yeah man, it is what it is. Yeah, Tijani Muhammad. Rap Thunder says, legendary, you are dope. I use the weekend to listen. Okay, that's Rap Thunder, right? More fire. And then Austin Singleton. It is Michelin, but pronounced Mehelen. Thanks so much. Mehelen. These are the football pundits. They know the football. Says it's C, but it's not Michelin. Forget about the C and say Mehelen. Like me, Helen. Me, Helen. I like that. Austin Singleton, thank you so much. We appreciate this. And Rich Ken says, Black Rasta, play me Paul Beer, the leader of thieves. That's your reggae song. Paul Beer, Mr. Beer. Paul Beer is a bastard boy, dirty beer. You vampire. Paul Beer is a bastard boy. That's it. Check it out online. I think we shot the video in France. Check it out. You would love it. Right? And then we have Ras Harrison. He says, greetings, Black, more fire. Owusu Echam. Somebody who's been traveling around the world. They call that person poor. But I like it when people say I'm poor because, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm holy. I see me poor, I'm feeling holy. You know, I feel holy. Hey, you sit there and watch me flying around the world, giddy, left, right, and center, me tutu kwine. And you sit down, you who cannot even go to Ashima. You walk all the way from Circle to Ashima. You two sit down and say, you're poor, because some idiot is telling you that Black Rasta is poor. Hey, where are we going? Anyway, Charlotte Agbeka says, I don't like boxing either. I can't watch people hitting each other. Yes, so we are in the same soup. Raskaba says, the black pot with Black Rasta himself. More respect to you, my big brother. May Allah Almighty protect you and guide you always. Thank you, sir. These days when I walk in town, this is the prayer people. This morning when I went out, yeah, anyone who's some, yeah, Black, yeah, Charlie, we love you. May God protect you. May God protect. I'm like, whoa, free prayer. I love prayer. And those two people, we just checked. You were never even subscribed to this channel before. Never. I'm going to unsubscribe. Meanwhile, he's never subscribed. Just check right now. Emmanuel Ania says it's 17,000 years. That's it. That was, you know. Today I'm in a very bad mood. I don't want to say what it is, but maybe I'll say it at the end of the show. Too Short TV says the biggest stadium in the world is 150,000. Legon is just 12,000, between 12,000 and 17,000. So why are we lying? We are not lying. We just made a mistake. We are not lying. Too Short. And this is the first time Too Short is commenting that we are seeing. We are happy. Yeah? All right. So it's actually between 12,000 and 17,000. 18,000 people attended. That's the correct thing. We're going to get it corrected. Yeah? Sometimes it happens. Figures, you know. And we don't have a prompter in the studio. Everything is from here. All the histories you hear, no prompter. We are not looking at any prompter like TV stations do. No. Everything is here. Sometimes we slip a little bit. But that's why you are there. When you correct us, it's like students and a teacher. When the teacher goes, teacher, but yeah, correct. So that means you are listening. Thank you, Too Short TV, right? Ofori says, Blakk, the greatest storyteller. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Blakk Rasta. It's been a long time. I want to wish you a happy, blessed holiday season. Love and respect, Kofi Azuma. Okay? All right. So this is where we'll bring that to an end. We'll take the second batch after. But we have a big story next. Story number 3. Watch this. The Kennedy AGYAPONG brain surgery that shook Ghana. Somewhere in 2021, there was news all over the place that Kennedy AGYAPONG had gone for a certain brain surgery. And the first person we heard it from was my very good brother, Kevin Taylor. I don't know where you first heard it from. He had just finished this expose of some pastors and prophets that he said were engaged in some bad things. And some of them came out to say that he deserved what he got. Some even said he had a stroke and that he was not returning to Ghana. My brother, my sister, Kennedy AGYAPONG never spoke about it. He killed all the lies and all the naysaying when he appeared in Parliament to vote for the e-levy. Kennedy AGYAPONG, my brother, my sister, later decided to tell us exactly what he went through. He said he was in a bathroom and then he slipped and hit the right side of his heart. Then for about a week he was having some serious headache and decided to go for a checkup at Lancet. When he got to Lancet and they checked it out, they said the right side that you hit, there's nothing wrong with it. Apart from a little inflammation, there's nothing more. And that one, Ola Balm can even take care of it. But the problem is with the left side. The side there has a certain lump the size of a computer mouse and is hiding in there. In fact, it is cancerous. It can spread if you don't deal with it. So he asked, so what? Brain surgery? They said yes. He said, what? In Ghana? No, sir. He ran to the United States of America and spent over 200,000 American dollars dealing with that surgery. In his own words, when the doctors in America diagnosed him, they praised the Ghanaian doctors and said, hey, they diagnosed you properly. Where that lump is hiding, and they saw it, Nah, they are experts. It was there Kennedy said, in fact, if Ghanaian doctors have the right equipment, they can match boot for boot the American counterparts. So, after the surgery, he was still healing. When it was time to vote for that demonic E-levy, we all remember, he left the surgeon's table. His head was closed back like a newspaper. He risked his life. That is why I don't blame him anytime he explodes on his party. He was on a deathbed. Brain surgery, you know what that is. And when the party called, sarcastically, he told the doctor, close back my head. Collect back my brains and close my head and let me go and vote for my country. Hey! How many people would do that? If it was to you, would you do that? Even if you had a sprain, you know what a sprain is? You are playing football and your leg just did something like this. And then you are putting Ola balm there. Eh? And the doctor says, hey, don't go to that place. Would you go? The doctor threatened Kennedy and told him, we will close back your brains and your head. When you go back to that country, never come back here. He said, my country needs me, I have to go. Ha! We'll give you 30 minutes to think. Went back. 20 minutes later, he called them. Said, but it's not 30 minutes yet. I've decided I want to go. They quickly fetched back their brains, put it back in the scalp, covered it, the skull, sewed back everything, and asked him to go. We were all shocked to see Kennedy walk in Parliament that day just to vote for the E-levy. This was the time Adwoa was taking the party to ransom. She wanted to be made deputy majority leader before she would come and vote. She wanted to fly private jet, not first class, not business class. Kennedy said, fetch back my brains, cover my head, sew it back. I'll put some block of ice on it and go back to Ghana. What a man. What a man. Ha! What a man. That is why when he gets angry with his people and he's insulting them, abua kwasia, kwasia abua, abua abua, kwasia kwasia, and all that, I don't blame him, because he knows that he walked on a thin line of life in order to give a lifeline to his party. At that time, according to him, Prophet Nigel Gacy, one of the men of God he allegedly exposed in wrongdoings, was happy and said that he had a stroke and would not return. But the newspapers carried it all over. How he went for the surgery. Later, after he told the story, let's listen to Kennedy himself tell us this in this tape that is only 2 minutes. And when we return, we will close this story. Watch this.
Me a surgery. Surgery, it cost you 283,000. Me pesa dollars.
Okay.
Why you know fusua? Ah, mo a kurasiska. Mo the radio station kurasiska. Say omo obetimi ayare etua $283,000. Asma me di jawo mo ano no. Nia AC we nyina no. Me Lancet is Legon and I'm call said me TM ya. To okoye CT scan first.
Okay.
And who say oh Mitina a bo name yamede, there's nothing wrong. Name of no or who said bibi wo be left side enti or advice say me.
Okay.
And I'm saying, anything with the brain there, pa.
Sure.
Me call. And I'm quite America. Me quite no doctor no so share no confirm ni Ghana for no ka say enti more good doctors e Ghana sa. I'm saying why not? I didn't know bisa no say at the end baby e wa omutimi hu ye no. What you say?
Wow.
Ghana ha Lancet on measure ade no say the size of a computer mouse you crown.
Okay.
Well, say yeah. Me ko Americans no doctor no so measure the same size but onu to me how many years edi ho enso na menyare e wo me ha spread the boko. So what they said is that we are young next we year ebia ene anye cancerous no ebi ochina na akọ affect bibi nti mo advice is me.
Okay.
Eno nam ko yi Osofu bi say Nigel Gazy say me down.
Well, we have to stop it there because he goes on to talk about Prophet Nigel Gazy and how he prays that should Nigel Gazy be sick, he should be able to at least have enough money to pay for his own treatment. 283,000 American dollars. This was the brain surgery that shook the whole country. Despite everything I have against Kennedy, and I stand by what I say until he apologizes for those tribal remarks. Same way we have not forgiven Baumia for this and even more. I will not listen to him. And I'm just an individual. I won't answer his call. I won't take a gift from him. I may give him a gift, but I won't take a gift from him. You can't take one thing away from him. That he's a die-hard supporter of what he believes in. If he believes in it, he's like a robot. He would walk and nothing would stop him. He will go and do it. That's why AGYAPONG said he's principled. He will tell you point blank that no, this is wrong, and he wouldn't do it. Maybe he will change his mind later. But at that point, his no is his no. There are advantages and disadvantages. A man on the surgeon's table, his head was split into two like a coconut. His brains were scooped out and washed, maybe with Dettol. After that, he was just there lying down. And again, sarcastically, when the call came, he listened in one ear, said, "Hey, Ken, operation way there," and him said, "What bread?" I was say, "Oh, rest it," but yeah, here, in his own words, E-Levy said, "Meba." They were all shocked. The doctor was forced to put final touches to whatever it was. And the doctor was shocked when he jumped on the next plane to come and deal with this demonic E-Levy. So when E-Levy failed, he was so mad and angry. He went out, all out against them with insults, vituperations, anger. This is the man who wants to be president of your nation. Do you want a principled man who is going to increase taxes on betting? He told you already. I think one of the mistakes President Mahama'S made was to relax the taxes on betting. Right now, all the boys are there betting. And when they bet and they don't win, they will do sakawa. Yes. When they bet and they don't win, they would go for another game of chance, Sakawa. We said it before Mahama became president. Please don't remove the taxes on betting. Chief Imam said, don't. All the churches said, don't. It was only Kennedy Japan, not even Baumia, who said, me, when I'm voted into power, I'm going to increase the taxes on betting. I don't want the youth to bet. We want to industrialize the nation. We want a nation of industrialists, not Sakawa boys and girls. Anybody who tells you to do Sakawa doesn't like you. I'm telling you. He doesn't like you. It's like asking you to put your hand in fire. Today you might hate. But when you are hit, like Abu Trika and the rest, you will not be smiling. Your life will be wasted. If you come back again, you will struggle. I wish you all the best. Dash is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And the fire is blazing in every corner. Monday edition, and these have been the stories. Okay, let's look at your final comments. Kofi Azuma says, greeting to all the brothers and sisters here with much love on this blessed Monday. All right, this blessed Monday. All right, and Emmanuel Ania says, hey, Blakk, your storytelling ability must be learnt in the schools. No, somebody says it's foolishness. Somebody says it's foolishness. You know, people can follow people blindly. Unfortunately, we don't train people here like that now. And in all my classes, everyone that I have ever trained, I teach them to speak their mind. But speak with. Don't defend me when I'm wrong. But don't go out and insult me too. Come and tell me. You did this, it was wrong, that. Ah, yeah. Ah, you are right. Those who know me will tell you. There are people who call me from abroad, say, Charlie, the way you tackle this thing there, you could have done it better. I say, how? This. But I said this. If they are right, I say, oh, okay, I'll deal with it another time. You are right. Everyone knows me. That's how I am. So when I have a brethren or a sister who wants to play to the gallery and go out and beg, then later you want to pass back and kind of talk to you. I mean, I have no time for you. You are a hypocrite. I don't listen to you. You can call me and say, good morning, how's your cat? How's your goat? We speak for 1 hour, waste all my time. And you can't spend 2 minutes to tell me that, hey, today you said something which was not right. That thing wasn't right. Then you go out and play to the gallery because you want people to say, hey. Then you turn back and say, nah, the friendship is finished. Asa. You are not a good follower. You are not a good friend. When we talk about people who are supposed to be friends, it means we have tried to call them over and over to talk to them, and they are not responding. You send messages, they are not responding. Voice notes, they are not responding. The only way to reach them is through the gallery. Or you are talking to them, they are not listening. They are doing the same things. They disagree with you. Then you go to the gallery. But you can't call a brethren or a friend. And then the listing, you want to go out there and then play. Okay, go and play. That's where you get your excitement. Go and play. But me, you will never get me again. You understand that? Ashanate says, please, he's 29, not 24. Yes, we corrected that. Sorry about that. Kofi Azuma said, Blakk Rasta keeps speaking nothing but the real truth. Okay? And then Fuseni says, my damage control. Mr. Damage Control. Who is the damage control? And who is doing the damage control? For who? For who? Is it Kennedy or who? Anyway. For sure, TV says the biggest stadium in the world. Oh, yes. I mean, we've seen that. I think he was trying to draw attention to that. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, it seems you keep making some mistakes with your facts today. Yeah, because I don't want to say something. And today I'm actually in a, in a very, I wish I could say it, but I'll say it maybe a couple of days, yeah? But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Okay, yeah. Kofi Azuma says, Blakk Rasta, the weather is very, very cold here today. They are calling for snow tomorrow. Blakk Rasta, are you coming to enjoy the snow this year with your family? We'll see. Kasim Kausar, I like that name. Too sure. If you know he's lying, what are you doing here? Please let us learn to respect my humble opinion. Okay. I think it's not, we are not lying. It's just a slip, you understand? And it's just the capacity. You know, not a really big fact like that. It's capacity. You know, we'll deal with it. Don't worry, man. Kofi Azuma says, make sure you are all of you watching the live stream right now, you know, share, and then you talk to your families and recommend the show, okay? Okay, Kasim, someone is born in 1996, is 29 years old. Lagos Stadium is 12,000 to 17,000. That's the fact. 12,000 to 17,000, depending on the city. Where did he get his number from? Okay, so we have sorted it out. Yeah, we have sorted it out. Kofi Azuma says, make sure you all watching do the needful. Yeah, you share the program. And then he says, Blakk Rasta, my young brother Kevin Taylor is always on holiday break. He will come and listen to you here. Okay. He listens. He watches us. We watch him too. We love him. He loves us too. We talk time after time, you know, when we have time. Hussein Awal says, Assalamu alaikum, Blakk Rasta. I'm watching you from Cove Town City. And Kofi Azuma says, make sure you all watching. Call all your friends and family members to come and watch the live stream right now, Blakk Rasta. Amanya Meba says, come here. Rap Thunder says, 29 years, legendary. Right, right. It's true. You see, some of these little mistakes, they take their attention. They take too much attention. Everybody got that. But I understand. It's a factual slip. Atlantic Coast Shipper say, Blakk Rasta, I have a lot of respect for you, but do you have the gas to ask how on earth JDM's brother made all that money? This is the issue with Ghana. Which of his brothers? He has a number of brothers. So, but, bro, who makes his money? It depends on who it is and what businesses they are doing. If it's Ibrahim, he's into mining and Jata Cement and some other things. I dare never ask him how he made his money, because he's into businesses that can fetch him that. Mining alone. Sam Jonah. They all have made their money. We are told that mining gives a lot of money. You understand? So I cannot ask that. If you find something fishy with it, bring our attention to that, and then we'll get the investigations going on. You understand? Okay. Thank you. Alas Antairu says, Blakk Rasta, please, boxing is not a violent event. Rather, it's a lucrative sport governed by rules and regulations. So you see? Says boxing is not violent, even though we break people's jaws, teeth come out, noses bleed, eyes are scooped out, and kidneys are hit, people vomit. Says it's not a violent sport. It is a very, very gentle sport. Do you agree? Young Oben says the stadium cannot accommodate more than 40,000. Hey, and they did. Stadium. Oh my God. I don't know where that sleep came from. So, Teresa from Pon says, don't forget a lot of the tickets too were given out free. Yes, that is also true, to sponsors and all that. Yeah. Normally, events like this, Miss Frimpong, you don't count on the tickets at the gate. I mean, as an events organizer, I know. You count on the sponsors. If you can even let everybody come in for free, and you get whatever it is from the sponsors, it's worth it. So the place can be full, and, you know, we call those complimentary tickets. Kofi Azuma says, shout out to Kevin Taylor, my young brother Johnny Hughes, with Maya, Free Mind, and that big time DJ Kimo in Bolgatanga. All right? Love, 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 love. Mami Owusuwa Yeboah Afari says, a country where an ordinary citizen can't even get 2 square meals a day. Ah, irade. Ish. Eric Nilai says, might be true one way or the other. Bernard Ferguson says, Blakk, you are jealous of the Game Boys. Woo! Did you just hear that? Blakk, you are jealous of the Game Boys. You are always saying things about them. Please, the people who pay and watch your shows, do you know where they get their money from to watch your low patronage shows? Okay, maybe they are low patronage because the Game Boys are not encouraged to come. Because if they were highly patronized, then we could say that, the Game Boys. But if they are lowly patronized, you see, Bernard, don't glorify the so-called game. It's stealing, it's sakawa. And once we are on it, we will follow it till the end of time, till the nation changes. Nothing. And it's a debate. It's an intellectual debate. I don't want people to make it look like they are trying to shift the goalpost and make it look like it's a music war. No. We are talking about stealing. What you call game. Low patronage shows. We grow. Maybe today you go and play and it's only 2 people who are there. Another time you go and play and it's 1 person. Another place you go and get 10 people. You are growing. Nobody grew all of a sudden. Some climb, they come down, then they climb again, and then they go all the way out. I will encourage you to support quality. Don't support something that is disastrous, like the so-called game. What is that? That's stealing. Absolutely. King's Bite says, Blakk, I also don't like boxing since it is a game of violence. I think Sharaf should promote other sports, not boxing alone. Well, he's doing football too, and we hope that he will also do. And he, at the place, I saw women also. I think I saw a video like that. Some 2 women saying they will kill each other, they will beat each other and all that. I didn't see if they boxed. Did they box? Those of you who watched. Freezy McBones has always been a brethren of mine. You know, I saw that he wrote a very beautiful thing congratulating the other guy who won, you know, and all that, but I couldn't, you know. Okay? Jidegbe, Mauko Williams says, but he did it when his father was in opposition. Exactly. He did it, and he's still doing it. Frederick Bamidele Kupan says, if your father is a farmer, doesn't mean you can have a backyard garden to your name. Wow, this is powerful. Bernard Ferguson says, you are jealous. Shatta has the fans and even your shows are whack. Kuchoko is now very slow. You are struggling to get fans to watch it. Yes, if it is true, we are struggling. That means that we are trying to get, and we shall get. That's it. I thought you would say that we have given up and we are sleeping. As long as you keep struggling, you will get. And we are not even looking for fans. We are looking for souls. You understand? Souls. People who will embrace the philosophy, not the music. Kuchoko Soldiers is not a music thing. It's a philosophy-based thing. I hope you understand. So yes, I mean, some of those that you see today who are having trillions of fans, they started slow. At a point, they went down and came back again. So if you think Kuchoko is slow, then we are just getting ready to struggle and come up again. So support us. Bernard Ferguson, if you believe in the vision, don't say because we are fighting game, what you call game, therefore you won't support us. Then that's your problem. We can't help you. Because we will never support the game. That one day. Even if you bring me money. I say, Blakk, we know that you are doing a good thing. This one will rob this from 2 old white women. It's $1 million. We'll show you where to take it to. So that they can put it on TV and Ras Oko Kofi Sunmu says, you are okay. All right. So Kofi Sunmu. No, come back to that. Okay, so Kofi Sunmu, cool down. You see, when they come with insults like this, be a little intellectual. Please, don't fire them back. Or else the platform will turn into Abua Kwasia. That's what they want to turn it into, and we don't want it like that. I mean, you are very etasa. So as he said, like something like this, you tell them that, yeah, we shall grow. Thanks so much. Okay, more comments coming in. Ronald Lawson says, I think it's good for the country supporting the young boys and giving them that exposure. Correct? Richard Yao says something. Arafat Remas Imoro says every sport is deadly. No, it's not true. It's not true. Every sport has a risk to it, but not deadly. Who will go and do a sport that everybody knows is deadly and go and be part of it? Deadly is death. No. Volleyball. Bah. Bah. Table tennis. Bah. Bah. You know, it's not deadly. There's a risk, yes, health risk. But there are some that purposely are supposed to be won because of the risk. Now, boxing, they judge you by how much pain you can give. That is how you win. It's not about how you can dodge. If you can dodge all the blows, you won't win a boxing match. You have to also be able to give pain. Football is not about giving pain. It's about dribbling and scoring. Yes, once in a while, legs hit each other and you have a certain pain. How many people have you heard died in football games? Okwalaji died in Nigeria because he had a heart attack. Nobody was even tackling. He was just standing there. He went down and he died. And then a couple of other people. So you can't say every game is deadly. It's risky. But depending on the risk, even eating food is risky. Drinking water is risky. It can pass into corners that you don't. Swimming is risky. Right? So every sport has a level of risk. But also look at the intention of the sport. What is this supposed to do? You understand? What is this supposed to do? Boxing is basically to inflict pain and receive pain. It's to bring out blood. And doctors are standing there to treat people. I think it's hypocrisy. People intentionally inflict pain, injuries on each other. And that is how, and the more somebody is receiving pain and blood is running out of his nose and his mouth, then people are clapping, they are happy. It's a sadist sport. I used to like it. I used to be a pundit of boxing. Studied boxing history from right at the top all the way down. From when it began to, I knew almost everything. But at the point I asked myself, what kind of sport is this? That's why the Jehovah's Witnesses don't deal with that. And, people who see themselves to be anti-violence, they don't like this kind of sport. Yeah? Patawo says, hello, Black Rasta. Ronald Lawson says, I know he's listening back. Nathaniel Tedin Tiwamban, I like that name, says, more fire. Yeah. Roland Lawson, he says, who is listening? And then who is this wonderful brother? Mahogany Ninoy says, the father was in opposition when he brought Anthony Joshua to Ghana. See? See? So, no state money. Ras Oko Kofi Sun Moon says, come here, watch this, dash it away. And then we have Pandi Pamank. This is how. I know he's listening back. Who's listening back? Okay. Ronald Lawson says, Black, I mean he's listening to the words of wisdom from your blackboard. Who? Is it? Oh, Sharaf, right? Okay. All right. So Omaimba Nana Nyansaini Angwa says Blackport Kukusho preach on the only truthful journalist. Preach on the only truthful journalist on the planet. Kwame Kwashi says, come here to the Mecca of truth. Kwame Kwashi says patriotism is our way of life. Wayo Omaimba Nana Nyansahini Angwa Say stars, golden stars all over. Kofi Azuma says, click on the like button and subscribe and donate to this channel right now. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, I like how you quickly correct yourself and bring us the real facts in the course of the show. Yes, we always do that. There would always be mistakes. I can tell you, no teacher can say that he never makes mistakes. But we try as much as possible to do our homework very well and come up with the right facts. When there's a problem, we always bring to you. And you know that 99.9999999 to the umpteenth time % is nothing but the facts. You understand? Soon we're going to have a prompter in the studio and we won't have to think too much. You look and bam, we look and bam. I honestly come from the age where we don't use prompters. You have to put all that. Maybe because I am growing a little bit. Sometimes, me Otu Ankra says, God bless Sharaf Mahama. He has chosen his path. At 25 years old, he is done marvelously well. Blakk Rasta, how much Sharaf made shouldn't be a problem. There's no political background. He's done well. Thank you. Abdullah Suleiman says, truth to be told, Sharaf's first promotion of boxing in Ghana started under Nana Sasabon Sam Ado. Did they say anything about that then? Salo May Agboli says, the rich will continue to be rich. Raskaba says, Sharaf is wow. He made me more proud. And KK says, hi. Abdullah Suleiman says, Nana Sasabon Sam Ado's Jankroma was given contracts under her father's reign. And a lot of journalists were silent, even though she didn't execute the contract she was given. Well, we spoke against it. A lot of journalists also spoke against it and got the nation to even investigate it. So please, give us a bit of credit. We beg you. What we see, when we hear, we voice it out. Sometimes we get into trouble because we might not have all the facts. And if you want to wait to have all the facts, on Friday, we told you point blank what the announcement was going to be. Bam. Now we told you who Kenuforiata was picking up as lawyers. A long shot, wild guess. Watch it. Okay? Prince Asante says, well explained. Royal Anchor TV. Sharaf is a chip of the old block. And this is a very beautiful idiomatic expression. It's just a, only papa, you know, pepe, like that. Like Jesus would say, I am my father, I want. Legacy oriented. Thank you. Muhammad says, I'm watching you live in the Netherlands. Greetings, Blakk Rasta, still truth stands. Thank you. Alasan Tayyip says, Blakk Rasta, let's get this straight. Sharaf Mahama did not start promoting boxing today. Yes, we mentioned it. I think we did. Yeah, from back in the days when his father was not, you know, even president now, right? Eric Asari says, but Sharaf started promoting boxing before his father became president. That's what we said. And Abdullah Suleiman said, Jankromah's success was under Nana Sasabonsam Ado's regime. Where did she get the money to open that $6 million restaurant, as sources said? I'm glad you said, as sources said. So before we put out this, we have to go to the sources and verify the sources. Even with that, we still get into trouble. Lawsuits, lawyers threatening left, right, and center. The country will get better. Sharaf Mahama started promoting boxing when his father was in opposition. So let's get that clear. Certainly we got it clear and we put it out earlier. The general says fire, yeah. Okay? And then it looks like today we have so many messages. Adi Mate says, Dotty Dread knows there's a big difference between Sharaf and Akufo-Addo's kids, but for political expediency. Well, I don't know what... oh, this guy, I don't think you're watching. And please, watch what you put out. Next time we get a thing like this, we just take you out quietly. This is a decent platform. If you want to come in with dirtiness, we'll direct you to where you can have your debt. Not here. Yeah. What do you get when you come and spit? And they are not even facts. All that you said is the same thing we said. So you come and that means you didn't even watch. You didn't watch. Next time you come up with this kind of vibe, we will take you out. We will sacrifice you. Yeah? Ni Otu Ankara says, I truly respect Sharaf for the path he's chosen. I am very much aware that his father will educate him not to get involved in anything corrupt. I don't see why we should start this kind of probe ideas. Well, like we said, it's all over. People talking about probe. Right? Yeah, but we believe in what he's doing and we think that the young man can get higher with our support. All right? Nuchugan says it's a combat sport. It's feeding people and people are benefiting from it. People fight their way out of crime through boxing. Do you know how many people, criminals terrorize the society? That's what somebody told me. My brother, criminals can fight their way out of crime using other sports. Do you know how many have gotten out of this using football? Using taekwondo maybe? Using volleyball? I'm saying that boxing is sadistic. Sadist. That's my opinion. And this is your opinion. We respect the opinion, but we can debate it as we are. One of John Kumah'S girlfriends lives not far from me. They have 2 kids and she has 2 houses in Ghana and the girl is barely 40. Let the wife leave. Please. Can you give us evidence? I think you need to take this guy out. He's not ready to take him out. His name is Adi Marte or something. We won't tolerate this here. Unfortunately, whenever we do this, we feel very bad. But it is to keep the platform decent and beautiful. Even on social media, they take you out when you, go wrong, right? Yeah, and you can come and talk about somebody like this and you are not giving us any facts. The man is dead. He's not here to say, oh, yeah, it's true, I have 2 children here or that. No. Then you go ahead and you are throwing insults all over the place. And this is not the first time. Ama Nyameba says, I like how you are tackling trending issues today. Wayo. We normally start the trends. You realize it. And today we are looking at the trends. Thank you. JDRGH says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Wayo. All right. Okay. More comments? Yes. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's been a long day. 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 I think I should let you know why today has been a little slow. So my beautiful car that I've been driving all this while, he had a small problem. So I gave it to the mechanic to fix. And then he kept it there, trying to fix it. And then there was a fire. And it bent the whole car, Juruba, plus 27 other cars. Bent everything. Everything, bent everything. And just before we started was when the message came and the videos and photos. Oh, Sheka, the man, I say, me one and only car, I show the man. Why a passa? And to my no, why a one. Oh, me car, why show crowd, why show? Why a passa? Ebi. When the mechanic called me, said, was crying and said, Blakk, I don't have good news. I said, what's up? I thought he was going to say maybe, yeah, we couldn't get the parts or something. I say, Charlie Kano, where show papa? Oh, why there? I said, 27 cars. Everything bent. Those of you who are around that area, the Abosokai Mosque area, I had fire service people were there to do their work. Thanks so much at everything. Oh, Charlie. So, you know, on Tina, why when you want your cran, you see, it's painful, but it's just a car is a car. But the books at the back of the car, me were over 200 books or books. Those of you who know me, books. When I sit 10 minutes, I'm reading. More books in the boot, okay, 200 something books. Okay, that's what the car did. But to track those books again, some of them were autographed. The president autographed his book for me. Okay. I got that book like 8 years or 9 years ago. Autograph. Okay. Why history? You see, I am not angry. And I won't say I am not sad, but I'm not devastated because it's just material. It's not a human being. Car or iska. Or iska. When you have the money, you can easily go and buy. But or shake him kakra. That's why today you are hearing 178, 200. I didn't want to say it, but it happened just before we came into the studio. Any which way. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, where we speak truth to power. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo! Come on!